The Los Angeles Lakers are back at the center of the NBA conversation tonight, and not because of a blockbuster. Not because a parade route just got mapped down Figueroa, but because a single, sharpened sentence from Russell Westbrook sliced through the noise and dragged an old truth back under the hottest lights in basketball. Leave your like and subscribe so you don't miss our late-night breakdowns and game day reads. I'm coming in fast and clear. Welcome to Lakers News Fan Report, where I take you inside what was said, why it landed with force, how it reaches LeBron James in real basketball terms, what it means for the locker room's daily rhythms, what the coaching staff tightens on the whiteboard, and where the front office draws the line between headlines and habits. Stick with me, because I'm about to connect the dots from the past to what matters on the floor this week. Then I'll unveil the spark that set the city buzzing and land with a straight verdict you can take to tip-off. I want to set this up the right way so the picture is honest. In Los Angeles, words echo. A slogan can sound supportive on the mic and feel hollow in the film room if the geometry doesn't match. During that turbulent stretch, the phrase that lived on the ticker, "Let Russ be Russ," played like a friendly chorus. But the spacing never truly aligned with what a downhill guard needs next to two gravitational hubs. LeBron bends the floor with pace, strength, and read and react timing. Anthony Davis occupies the high-efficiency zones that punish help, the elbow, the short roll, the dunker spot, the rim run. If the corners aren't stocked with trustworthy shooting and the touch map gets muddy, possessions shrink and tempers follow. That disconnect is the heartbeat of this story, and it never fully stopped beating. Layer on the human part, because leadership isn't a press conference, it's a daily habit. In this market, clarity lives under cameras. Player's clock who holds the chalk in film when it gets uncomfortable, who stands in the room when a celebrity visit threatens to turn a practice into a photo op, who absorbs the heat after a rough night, and who disappears down a hallway. Those snapshots stick to a roster's memory like tape on the wall. So when a former MVP who wore this jersey decides to strip the varnish off that period and stamp it with a hard label, people don't just listen, they refeel it. That's why the temperature jumped today. It's not fresh news so much as a fresh emphasis. And timing is everything in October when teams try identities on like new jackets. Here's exactly what I'm delivering to you in this video and why it matters tonight. I'm going to decode the line that reignited the Westbrook-LeBron conversation, break down how it touches the Lakers' current identity on offense and defense, show the 2 or 3 small adjustments that quiet a storm without a single statement, and explain the front office posture that protects the season. Then I'll drop my verdict and pull you into the huddle with a direct question so we sharpen this together. No theatrics for the sake of it, just pacing that respects the weight of the moment and the intelligence of this fan base. On the court, let's get precise. The modern Lakers lean on concentration stats, turnover control that keeps the half-court defense set, second-side touches that create corner threes and clean post entries, and paint pressure that forces rotations without gifting runouts. When the day's story tries to hijack reps, those are the first things to wobble. The antidote is simple and boring and beautiful. Hit the pocket pass early, swing to the second side on time, and guard the arc without living in emergency help. That's how you lower the temperature of a room. That's how you make headlines feel small. I want you to picture a possession the way the staff draws it. Early drag screen to get LeBron downhill, a quick pocket to AD at the nail, the weak side guard lifting from the corner to the wing, the baseline cut arriving just as the help steps up. If the help commits, it's a kick-out 3. If the help stunts and recovers, it's a 2-dribble face-up for AD and a soft jumper over a late contest. The detail that turns that sequence from nice to inevitable is the timing. When a team is distracted, that second lift arrives a beat late, the pocket pass becomes traffic, and the possession dies. When a team is clean, the lift is on a string, the help is punished, and the gym goes quiet. That's where this conversation becomes basketball, not gossip. Defensively, the Lakers' best version is blunt. Keep the shell intact, call switches early, tag the roller with purpose and recover to body. Scrap on the glass and make opponents beat you with tough twos. Distraction invites ball watching. Ball watching invites corner threes. Corner threes shift crowds. The coaching response to a noisy day isn't a speech. It's reps. Shell drill until your legs beg. Close out angles until your feet burn. And 5-on-5 with a whistle on late switches so the habits hold under fatigue. That's how you answer a quote without speaking. Now, rotations. The staff's job in a week like this is to protect the identity of each unit. With the starters, you expect pace into organized half-court, early LeBron AD actions to test the coverage, and a commitment to getting the ball to the second side before anyone dribbles into a crowd. With the bench, the mandate is identity, not heroics. A table setter who values the ball, a spacer who punishes corner help, and a big who screens with violence and rolls like he means it. The non-LeBron minutes are always the first place narratives try to grow. You starve a narrative by winning those 8 to 10 minutes by committee. That's coaching. Before I reveal the spark that lit up the day, I want to underline why timing matters. We're in the stretch where coaches finalize rotations, veterans set habits they can sustain into spring, and young players figure out where their minutes live. A headline has power right now because the wet cement hasn't set yet. You breathe wrong and a footprint stays. The Lakers' defense against that is the same as it was in 2020 when a different kind of noise tried to barge in. Deliberate work, ruthless simplicity, and standards that travel. The names change. The math doesn't. Here's the moment you came for. Russell Westbrook, whose Laker chapter was short, loud, and complicated, put fresh muscle on a stance he's carried since that era. That the vibe he lived inside the building never matched the image outside it, and that the trust required for a true partnership never materialized. He didn't dress it up, didn't hedge it. He sharpened it and he aimed it at the persona and process that orbit LeBron. That's the line that set this city buzzing again. It compresses 2 seasons of friction into one blunt verdict and dares the present-day Lakers to prove that the current identity is bigger than yesterday's story. What does that touch inside the room right now? It tests the captain's voice. The most convincing answer LeBron can give never involves a microphone. It's the 2 or 3 decisions per quarter that lower everyone's heart rate, push to score without hunting whistles. Hit the pocket early and trust the second side. Show on a ball screen, tag, and recover instead of switching out of convenience. Those are leadership tells. When those stay crisp, the group relaxes, role players shoot freer, and AD's map of touches becomes more intentional. When those wobble, noise finds oxygen. For AD, it's about asserting the map, not just the touch count. Elbow catch, face up, 2 dribbles into a counter or a kick. Short roll with a quick read. Not a hold that invites the crowd. Deep seal after a miss to get the easiest 2 points in basketball. If those habits repeat across a week, this story dies of starvation. The beauty of AD's game is that it creates clarity for everyone else. Defenses either stay home and concede 2s, or they send help and live with 3s. On a noisy day, clarity becomes leadership. Let's talk guard play because that's where the chain either breaks or holds. This team needs the ball to find the second side, needs paint touches that end in kicks rather than charges, needs early triggers in pistol and delay that avoid late clock isolation bailouts. A great guard night on a noisy day isn't 30 points. It's 0 wasted dribbles, 0 lazy entries, and 3 or 4 extra passes that tilted defense into surrender. That's how you win the possession game when the building wants a show. From the front office vantage point, the strategy is appropriate silence and protection of practice time. No rebuttal tour, no leaks. You keep the message short and private, you keep the plan married to the roster you built, and you let the schedule do the talking. The only tweak you consider this week is rotational cleanliness, to guarantee 2 shooters with AD as often as possible, especially in the non-LeBron minutes. That's not a reaction to a quote. That's good process every week. You manage legacy expectations in this city by doing the smallest things, right? So often that noise runs out of energy. I know this fan base remembers the cost of that era. Draft assets, role players, minutes spent learning the wrong language for a fit that never found its grammar. That's why a single sentence hits like a judgment years later. It validates what the tape already told some of you. And still, this is the part where I keep it respectful and real. I'm not interested in relitigating. I'm interested in protecting the season in front of us. Does a comment like this sting? Of course. But its only power is the power the team gives it. If the Lakers stack 3 clean games, low turnovers, second-side touches, hard closeouts, that sentence turns into a footnote within a week. I want to take you into the gym the morning after a headline like this. The first drill is often mundane, five-man weave into controlled transition, ending with a pass-pass paint touch that forces a decision from the defense. Then it's shell. Then advantage-disadvantage reps, 4 defenders against 5 attackers, to sharpen communication under stress. Coaches blow the whistle on late calls, not missed shots. Veterans talk through switches so loudly the walls remember. That's how you sand down a story. You turn words into footwork. The schedule always matters in LA, and I'll put it to you straight. The next 3 games are the test. If the ball sticks on the second side, if late games devolve into hero shots, if the defensive shell cracks, then yes, the quote took a bite. But if you see the ball find the corner, if you see AD get the elbow face up without a crowd, if you hear the team communicate a switch at the nail and recover to contest with a body on a body, you'll feel the temperature drop in real time. That's how leadership sounds in this league, like synchronized shoes squeaking across hardwood. Before I land this, I want your read, because Lakers fans always see through smoke. Drop your take below now. Do you want LeBron to acknowledge this once with calm and move on, or do you prefer total silence and a fast stack of methodical wins? Would you tweak the rotations this week to guarantee a spacer on both corners in the non-LeBron minutes, or keep the group as is and dare the noise to move you? What's your late-game preference in the next 2 tight ones? Empty corner pick and roll with LeBron handling and AD rolling, or elbow hub through AD with split cuts to force the weak side to choose? I'm reading everything, and the smartest takes will be in the next breakdown because this channel belongs to people who care about what happens between the lines. Here's my concise analysis. The statement is explosive because it stamps a split everyone felt when the box score didn't tell the whole story, but the present tense truth is simpler. Habits beat headlines. Westbrook can double down on his view of that partnership and how it frayed. It doesn't change where good shots come from. It doesn't change how AD's gravity bends help. And it doesn't change the math that wins in April. The right response is boring and brutal. Protect the ball, find the second side, live in paint touches to threes, and close with role clarity so the fourth quarter is about solutions, not sentences. My opinion is direct and professional. Acknowledge once if you must, keep it classy, and then smother the story with basketball. That's how a team with ambition turns a loud day into a quiet week. If you're riding with that, lock in with me, subscribe, turn on notifications, and keep your comments sharp. I'll be here with clean, fast updates that respect your time and track the details that actually win nights in this league, because in Los Angeles, the difference between noise and narrative is a single, well-timed pass. And this group has everything it needs to make that pass over and over again.